choose to leave them because of one of the pushing pull factors, which was family pressure, because I lost my dad in the year 2014, and after my dad passed away, I am the first child of my family, and I have younger ones. I have siblings to take care of. So it wasn't that easy. It was a difficult moment for me. So until I don't have an elder brother, so there was this guy that I met working at the immigration department. So I chose him to be an elder brother to me. I always confide to him. I always tell him whatever is happening to me. So I know he used that weakness to traffic me. Because traffickers are always people that know you. They are always people that you build a close relationship with, and they are always people that you have trust in them. So this immigration one day come to me and propose a job in Egypt, that he has an elder brother living there, that he knows that I am an educated person, I have my papers and documents, so I should give it to him for him to find a job for me there by sending my documents to his elder brother. So I don't know what traffic was by then, because by then in 2014, I think the rate of awareness raising was very low. We don't got to talk to people about backway stuff or irregular migration. I hardly hear. I don't even believe like by then there was something called trafficking. So I don't know. This immigration officer took advantage of my situation. He was the one that processed my passport and linked me up to other agents that I have to meet to complete my traveling. So from him, I happened to meet with other agents from Sierra Leone. Those agents from Sierra Leone are the ones that I have to travel with to Dakar. So when I reached in Dakar, I met other agents that are Nigerians. So it's a chain walk from Gambia, Gambians to Sierra Leoneans, from Sierra Leoneans to Nigerians. So I think these are the group of people that happen, because it's trafficking, it's a white thing, and it's not always done by one person. They are connected. So when I reached at Nigeria, at Senegal, I happened to meet these agents. So through these agents, they were the ones that got me my air ticket, and they were the ones that sent me, or I went to the embassy to process my visa. So with them, I went with them to the embassy, but I didn't go with me inside the embassy. So they just pointed to me where the embassy was and told me, if you go, just tell them that you're going for a business trip. I said, okay, then fine. Then that was how it happened. I went to the embassy, give them the documents, because they were the one that processed everything. I don't even know what was inside the envelope. The envelope was given to me, and that was how I hold it. It was sealed and take it to the embassy. So when I reached at the embassy, I dropped the envelope and went out of the embassy again. So after the interview and everything, when we left, we just left for around about 30 minutes or so, and we got a call, which was so quick, and they said, you guys can come back because your visa is out. Wow. I said, okay, then that's fine. We took it and went back. So when we reached back to the hotel, and they were like, okay, now you have to go to Egypt. Everything is set for you, your job is waiting. And I said, okay, then that's fine. So I don't know, the following, I left here on the 24th of December 2014, which was Christmas Eve. So when I reached at the airport with this agent, they happened to take a picture of me and send it to the agents that will pick me up at the airport in Egypt. So as soon as I took a flight, had a 6 hours transit in Istanbul, then from Istanbul 2 hours flight to Egypt. When I reached at Egypt, I checked in and checked out. Then I met these two men standing at the door. They just grabbed my luggages, put me inside the car, and it was a long drive. I asked a lot of questions, and I was like, where are we going? Where are you taking me? And they were like, when you reach your place, you will know. So when we reached at that place, I started seeing different environments, different places where, like, even some of places in the country here is far better than those places. I started seeing muddy places where it's full of stagnant waters, and I was like, where I am. Then in just some hours, in our time, we just reached where we were. When we reached where we were to reach, the guy opened the door, and we met a female lady inside. And when we met this female lady inside the room, it was a 3-bedroom apartment. So the one apartment was full of luggages. I know that luggages were for these different people that were trafficked, and the door is normally locked. And the other room is the room that I will be. I was locked in the room for almost 2 weeks because my passport was seized, everything was seized. When I want to see what is outside, I would just peep on the window and look at the sun. And I don't know where I was. So on this final day, there was this day when this lady came and told me that tomorrow you will start your work. And I was so happy because after 2 weeks in a room, not getting to see the sun, not knowing where you are, and finally they told me that you will go out from that room, it was an exciting moment. So when I said, but before that she called me and said, okay, come. Now I'm going to teach you a few things that you have to do when you reach at your boss's house. Then she brought out some clothes, iron, and some panties, underwear. She folded the t-shirts and ironed them and told me, whenever you wash your boss's clothes, this is how you have to pack them. Whenever you wash your boss's unders, this is how you have to pack them. And I was like, what? Are you kidding me? I'm not here for that. And she started to laugh. And when she was laughing, I was like, what is funny? Why are you laughing? And she's like, you said you're not here for what? I said, I'm not here to work as a maid. I am here to work. I already secure a job. And she was like, you were crazy. You were being trafficked and you were here to work as a domestic worker. You're already sold and they already buy you. They already paid your money before you come in here. And I was shocked because that was the first time I got to hear that. So with that, I don't know what to do anymore. I just said, okay, no problem. All I wanted is to go out from that room. Then we went out. The following day, the Nigerian agent came to pick me up and took me to my madam's house. When I reached at my madam's house, I find 3 kids in that house, my madam and the husband. So my mother was like, you have to work for this, you have to take care of these 3 kids, you have to do the cleaning, and at times you have to wash the clothes. But your main priority is to take care of my kids. I said, okay. So before I left here to Egypt, I was told that every month I would pay $450. So when I reached there, which was true, every month I would pay $450. But with that $450, I will be only giving $50 because the $400 will be given to the agents. And when I asked why, they were like, the agents are the ones that paid your air ticket, they were the ones that pay your visa. So these agents were making money out of it. Not knowing before I was even in Egypt, all the money that was they needed to do or process, everything was sent to them. So they would use me to work, and at the end of the month, they would take that money and put it in their pockets. So I told my madam that, but the $50 cannot sustain me because I have a family to take care of. I am a lady, I need other stuff to take care of myself. And she was like, who cares? I said, okay, no problem. Now every day, I'll be crying, and I like, this will not solve the problem. I cannot tell my family what is going on by them because they will be under pressure and I will be in pressure too as well. So in order to save them, I have to just keep on the faith, moving. But all I know is that place wasn't my place, and being good or bad, I have to come back because this is where I belong to. So in that 7 months that I have stayed in Egypt, I have worked with 3 different madams. So the second one that they took me to go and work with had 2 kids. And these 2 kids all had mental problems. So they were like, I have to take care of these kids. When I wake up in the morning, wash their clothes and hang them on the liner, the female child will go upstairs and cut the liner, and all those clothes will fall down. I have to be running down the steps to go and pick those clothes. And because she was mentally not okay, I tried to understand. So, but the other thing I couldn't take was, I am okay, I cannot take care of a mentally person because it might affect me sooner or later. So when I told them that, they were like, we don't care. You have to stay here and work, whether you like it or not. I said, no, I cannot do that. So this agent, the Egyptian agents that find me that job, knows these people or they were not that good. So she happened to tell me to make an excuse and get out of that house, and because she has already found another job for me. I said, okay, fine. The only thing that saved me in Egypt was, whenever they ask, I will tell them that I am married, I have kids, and my husband lives with me. Because we all know these Arab people can be dangerous and they can be nasty at times. So this was the only thing that keeps me going and moving. So when I went to work for the third madam, that was my last madam to work with in Egypt. So there was these people that we met, they were Senegalese, Mustafa and Sajah. They went to Egypt to study Quranic. So one fine day, they met us and they were like, where are you from? We said Gambia. They said Gambia, but how comes? Here we only find Senegalese people, Nigerian and other, but I used the first batch to come here from Gambia because we were the first batch to come from Gambia to Egypt. We said yes. They said, okay, then we explained all the details, what was going on with our lives, and he asked, what do you guys want? I was like, I don't know what any other person wants on it, but all I want is I want to go back because I am really suffering in this country. And he was like, okay, no problem. So with them, they happened to go to the Nigerian agent's house, break down the house, happened to fight with them or some stuff like that, and take our passports. In that room that they kept our passports, there were a lot of female passports in there. But I was lucky, my passport was one of those passports. So with that, they happened to find a secure place for us. With this secure place, for us to stay until the process of us coming back was made. So with that, we all moved to that house. Not knowing this girl was still working with those agents. So there was this day she called and said, where are you? Can you please give me your location? I need to find you guys because I am in a trouble. We think as a sister we can help. We said, okay, no problem. You can come. We send the information and everything. The next minute was, there were these police people that come down to break down the house. These people happened to take us out from this room like we are criminals. We did not kill anybody. We did not steal anything. And they were like, we're going to take you to the detention center. I said, okay, no problem. But we did not do anything. And our passports were. I said, okay, even with this, my process of going back to the Gambia will be easier because now I want to leave. So we were there for like 2 weeks until one fine day, there's a guy called Momodu Jallo or some stuff like that because he was the Gambian Press Union, I don't know, president in Egypt there. He came to the prison or detention center, whatever it is, and said, I'm looking for Amie Jobe. And I was like, okay. He said, I heard that there are some Gambians that are captured and we want to know whether you want to go back home or not. I said, of course I want to go back home. What am I doing here? And he was like, okay, we will help. But it has to take 2 months with the process of IOM because it has to take 2 months. And I was like, I couldn't stay here for even a day again. If that happened to be a case, I will commit suicide or I will kill myself because I am suffering. He said, okay. Unfortunately, when he just left, we had a call from the Senegalese people, Sajah and Mustafa. And they were like, we want to know if you really want to go home. I said, I want to go home. If you get a ticket right now, will you go? I said, yes, I will go home. Why won't I? So, they got me a ticket. I come back home. When I was going to Egypt, I went with suitcases. When I was coming back, I did not come with any suitcases. I only come with the clothes that I was wearing and my shoes. I used the Senegalese airport to come back home. I was so happy to come back home because I believe this is my country. Despite the hardship and everything that happened, this is where I belong to. No matter what it is my country. What I can fight for and gain, I cannot fight for and gain it in any other country because this is the place that I know. So with that, I come back home. But not knowing this place that I call home was going to be the worst. Because the people that we live with, the society, the community, their mentality is any female returnee or any female victim that travel and come back, you are a prostitute, sorry to say. You are being used. Not knowing the difficulties and the hardship that you face in that place. They wouldn't even want to welcome you. They would not even want to associate with you because in their eyes, eyes, you are a failure. In their eyes, you want nothing anymore. Not knowing, you have a lot to tell them. You have a lot to share with them. They said experience is a good teacher. What we went through and what we see, we can save a lot of lives with them. So when I come back, it was really hard for me to be the person that I was, to gain myself and be who I am before I leave this country. Because when I came back, all they think was, she went and come, she did not bring nothing, she's a failure. The Arabs used her and dumped her, she's no person, she's not even a good person. They will no longer value you. So I would be keeping myself in a room, crying both morning, night, and day. And there was this day I said, I will cry no more, because crying won't be the solution. I belong to a place here, I have a spot in my country, I have to fight to get that back. That's where I use the advocacy to share my story, to save the young people's life, to tell them what is going on these Arab countries. So this is, since then, I have been on the advocacy, and thank you to IOM, I have been working with them on the MAM project for 3 years, and with this project, we have different returnees from the bad way, the human trafficking part. So migration is what? Is white. No, you can be a migrant from the bad way, you can be a survivor of human trafficking. But always when a migrant from the bad way share his story, and when a migrant from a survivor of human trafficking share her story, these stories must be connected. There must be something that will connect them. The stories are different, yes, we all know that it's different. But there is this thing that connects us, and what connects us makes us go in, and this is what makes us stronger. So with this, we normally use the peer-to-peer approach, where all migrants, we talk to each other, we consult each other, we make you feel back that you are still valued, you are still the person that you are. So with this migrants as messengers, we have done a lot of things nationwide. We have been going through the regions to raise awareness, sensitize people on migration, the risk of migration, and the alternatives of migration. So with this, now I know I am a proud migrant. I have secured back my seat, and with that, recently I have opened a new organization called the Safe Home for Migrants Association, and it's a women-led organization. We want to fight discrimination and stigma against women because we have a lot of things to do. It's not only what the migrants do, what the CSOs do, what the journalists do. Everyone has a role to play when it comes to migration. So we still have to do what is expected in us to do. We cannot stop it completely. We cannot say that we are going to stop the entire world from migrating. It's impossible. But we have a responsibility. That is to raise awareness. That is to save lives. So with this, we're good to go.